existing in that kind of this form. Oh well.
Oh, here we go.
Well,
never mind your story, Dan. It's time for the game.
But DETONA's they're keeping it pretty chill, pretty reactive at the moment, looking to see what Big are going to do instead. And that's going to create a situation where Big will have to make the call here, and they do decide to go through Upper Dark into the B-bomb sites. Lucalzi able to take down the first one, good headshot. And VSM, they're just sitting by the car, is able to get one as well. So some good damage so far from DETONA, but looks like they will be unable to stop the site being taken. However, what is left is just one man. Oh no, all the timing. Oh god, it's so awkward here for Keto, able to get some more shots off. Oh, okay, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't exactly know what that was, but completely given up catwalk here. And Big, they have an AWP and everything. They're going to go through Upper Dark into B. This could not be more ideal for DETONA.
Minimal warning. No telegraphing their plays with long grenades. Lucalzi by the car doesn't last very long. 5 men on road, and I think that's got to be a save at this point. Surely there's no way back into this. They've got one flashbang on FIBA. VSM, it seems like they might go for this. Maybe it's a question of damage.
A huge degree of usage from every team, just because a lot of them have been traveling at the top level. But there are a lot of teams on the lower tiers who are not attending all of these lands, who have been putting in the work on these maps which have been altered. And obviously the three maps that have been altered, Mirage, Dust 2 and Train, but specifically Train and Dust 2 with the skyboxes, and more specifically
just one AWP. So not going for the 152 shot, looking for a peek. Sometimes you can see CTs jumping over. Oh, we've got some real shenanigans, but he's ready for it. European Counter-Strike, just a step ahead for now, based on playing their regional opponents that you might not see elsewhere.
Got a good cat set up here to try to deal with the default coming through to that catwalk timing, and Big will lose one player, although the trade comes through. So things are looking a little bit, well, not too great now for DETONA after losing another player. Turtle's going to try to do what he can here, trying to chase down the big players as they rotate, and that's a big miss from Citizen, and that's going to be the trade for Xantares immediately, which will dash any chances DETONA would have had in this round. And once again, they will be on the save. VSM
hold on to this AWP, but it will likely be a hero sniper with a pistol here or there.
Strats and so on, whereas a lot of the pro teams aren't necessarily going to want to throw in a lot of risky stuff all the time, so you might not encounter it as much. But Big, they got their finger on the pulse. But speaking of finger on the pulse, there's no response, James, because they are losing a couple players here, and they need to breathe some life back into this round. So it looks like they want to regroup. But Keto, he's asking questions of Upper Dark here. He must have heard some steps, and indeed he will punish. But it is a 2v4. Yeah,
that's a big spray, and he's going to try to take control of the B-bomb site if he can. Some pre-fire towards the window. There he re-peek. Again, AWP movement after the shot is not as good as it used to be with the recent patch. I don't know if they call it a nerf, they call it a fix, so depends on how you look at it. We've got a flank on the bomb, actually, towards T-Spawn. Can he find an angle in time? Not sure if that came up on the radar, but that's the opportunity gone pretty damn quickly. A 4 versus 2 with 3 places to hold. How on earth are Big going to do this?
It will be tough, but they are at least well equipped, full HP. There's no armor to speak of, and he'll get taken down. A 1 versus 4 for Keto to try to find a way to win this one. It will be difficult. Look at, oh, the flashbang is perfect. He still gets the headshot. I don't understand, but he will get taken down. That was very weird.
Boy up the lads, and it looks like we're going to have a fast play into the B-bomb site. Those flashbangs coming in, being mostly avoided though. VSM is ready, or is he? Lucalzi has to delay, he has to stay alive while his teammates rotate, but he can't do that. You can see the flashbang was going to come in behind him, but he couldn't hold on for it long enough, and that should be the round over.
Yeah, and you can see this is just Dust 2. I think in a nutshell, it's just, it can be really fast B rounds, really fast long rounds, even though things haven't been going as perhaps they would have liked at the beginning of this, but lots of options for recovery still. God B seems to be enabling him quite well in his more kind of coach role. Xantares' statistics have been going up and up in 2020, and Sis, oh my goodness, super fast mid-timing, catching a boost from Elevator. However, the trade is through, so that's going to be a small consolation for DETONA. Never nice to be in a 4 versus 4 on the CT side of things. Big already have their sights set on the push to A through long, and they have a lurk in Xantares in the tunnel's position, which is a likely spot for an info play for DETONA, but they are actually holding position thus far. Ooh, that's an opportunity gone for Debuccio.
Yeah, and they've lost a lot of position now. Really hard with only having the low grounds to reapproach. Tried to get the molly to stop the plant, didn't quite get there. Actually made a molly for that 2 days ago, because it is something which could potentially be quite handy. It's a risky one to throw, but sometimes you've got to take that gamble. Santares will cut the numbers for DETONA as they try to save again. Just trying to hold on to what they have. It's a familiar story for DETONA now, as Big extend to 5.
Yeah, one thing that's been cool about DETONA is that they've been really happy to run a lot of different early round aggressions, and they're looking to try to take initiative. And again, this is the hardest map to take initiative on for the CT side. Every option feels quite...
They've eked out a reasonable buy here. They've got the 4 rifles, plenty of incendiaries, mostly used immediately as I say that. One in the hole on Localzi. He's holding it just in case. And indeed, it's more harassment towards the B-bomb site. This time it's a Sentry in Quito. He's got a lot of information as well, but not all of it. There's one player by car. There's some kind of crossfire potential, but there's a lot of smokes around. Double stack as well. And Shadow gives the position away. They will be trade. So the numbers game not quite working for Big as DETONA fight and they hold the B. Oh no! Why has he done that?
Come on, man.
Fipa, what are you doing?
Oh, dear.
He's too excited. Put the mouse down. Come on.
Oh, I hate to
Look!
see that. Oh, God.
He's lost the Krieg and all sorts.
For the gun as well. I look like he just wanted the gun.
I can't believe you've done this.
This savage aggression. Oh, man. He's got rabies or something. I don't know what's going on. Okay, well, quickly into the aggression again towards B. DETONA proving they can do it even better this time. Not even allowing Big through the initial choke point. B is off limits. The stop sign has been planted firmly in the bomb site.
Now than like 10 rounds from now. So that's a plus. There's always a silver lining, apart from when there isn't.
Okay. Well, Santares is in the round still, and he's going to get an opening on Catwalk. Fippa will go down, and... Is it Fippi? Fippa?
Fipa.
Fipa. Fipa will go down, and they'll go for the drop into middle. Citizen makes his presence known, and Santares can't get it done. Double peek from the scaffolding. It's going to work out quite nicely. DETONA, they've actually turned things around here. The momentum is with them. That's what allows Big to run away with this again. They go for that fast mid timing, and oh, here comes the upper aggression again. But Santares is so ready for it. Annihilates 2 players. And what do? It's a 5v3 with 1:30 left on the clock. This is a horrible, horrendous situation for DETONA. And Santares, he's hungry, James. He's just won the round, I think.
I love watching. I like watching him doing 180s. It's just so immediate. He really is a robot.
He's a T100.
And then there was one. Tiburcio is not left with much to do. Now, that's an enormous risk taken by DETONA, but for the most part, they've got the money to withstand it. So you have to kind of pick the right time to go for something so extremely risky. So they've got money in the hole for another buy. Lukowski with 7,000, now he's got more. Which is, again, from a big point of view, you want to see Santares savaging people like this. Really, really great stuff. A lot of people at home as well with the Krieg will tend to zoom. Round number 2 for the B split. And DETONA have a flank top mid though. Look at Turtle. He's coming down mid to mid position and he's got the bomb, but he can't do more than that. He's delayed them for a second. That might give them some extra preparation. As you can see, there's a pop flash I was talking about. But there's a plan B from Big. The bomb now in mid towards short, but there's a push on short from Fipa as well, who will collect a weapon. That will be heard. Santares baiting the flashbang. He picks it though. Bombs on the floor again, and Fipa may have taken control of this round, leaving Tizian alone in a 1 versus 4. Yeah,
this got crazy really quickly. Everybody's spread out. All these 1v1s going on. The chaos, it seems to be that, that's happening in this round has been harnessed nicely by DETONA. They've come out in a 4v1. So it felt so good at the beginning for Big. Oh, and they killed Tizian after time as well. That's beautiful.
Santares jumps past. They think better of it. Mid to B being offered again. What will the response be?
Ooh, that's actually a really annoying smoke to play defensively around. There's the first kill by BSM. That's decent, but it's not quite enough. You can see that his teammates are unable to actually defend that. Perfect split onto that B site, ultimately. And a 3v4 retake, and again, Pretty fast take of B here. The rotation's going to take a while to get to the B bomb site, and they've got utility. There is retake utility they can use. Turtle will be trying to pressure the tunnels. And there's 2 players around the tunnels. If DETONA actually smoke off the tunnels, which they will, they can try to make their way forwards. But look at the mollies coming through. Nothing that they can do. They are locked out of this one. So the B split's going to work out.
Oh, points of no return to Bushio. He has to get through those doors.
Yeah.
4 players alive. Just wasn't going to happen. Tizian makes sure there's no kind of ninja defuse. Turtle is miles away, and he's the only person who will survive for DETONA as we move into the last round. And now the money kind of sucks for the Brazilians.
Look at this. In all the time that's just elapsed whilst that smoke got thrown, there's now 4 players towards A for DETONA. Maybe there's a chance that they can defend this one.
Big have held on to almost all their grenades. It'll be important to have the molly for the short plant. Often you'll find a CT hiding there. Tabushio charging through the smoke, and they're going to get deleted like characters in Microsoft Word. Lucalzi now, the last man standing with the scout. I don't expect much here. Try and pad the stats. There's not much else to do at this point, but I think DETONA have had a pretty reasonable showing of themselves. 7 rounds at half-time, nothing to shake a stick at. We are going to head to a break. When we're back, we'll see what DETONA can do on the T side.
So if they could just brute force the basics, like brute force long control and the various other favorable things, they're going to be good to go. And it'll be cat control on this pistol that they'll be after to begin with. And Big will, oh, it's a great flash. Sisson's just out there, only gets to 1. The nade will do some damage from Tabson as he tries to back away, making it a 3v3. But DETONA, they've got loads of time. They can go elsewhere if they want, but with a kill like that, it's destined to be the A-bomb site. Great stuff there from FIFA, and even the smoke for CT.
Spots 1 leaving the mid position. Could be long, could be short. It will be short. They have control of long for now, DETONA. They've got some nice range weapons, 2 P250s and a USP, so all is fair in that respect. Xantares now waiting for someone to offer sacrifice, but it will be him. Minute 10 on the clock. Both teams well prepared for each other. That blue position might be really important here because Sisson is delivering with the bait setup. Keto popping out to trade actually, and there it is. Smoke is up, takes position, some chess being played towards long. But Keto has check in that respect.
Great reaction from VSM. He realizes that there's a long setup. He gets free control up catwalk, knowing that there's no presence whatsoever there. So they lose a little, but they understand what to take in return. Nice incendiary there. That's going to delay things. They can't afford to have the plant be delayed, and so much on Tabushio here on the catwalk position, looking for all of the retake effort. He's going to try to annihilate every single loss. One of them just gets 2, but that might be enough here. 2 versus 2 as Big going for the split on the retake.
Lost half his health. Tabson focusing on the urgency, but he can't quite get the spray, can't quite land the headshot. VSM and FIPA certainly can, frag after frag.
Now the pressure from Catwalk comes in, and they're going for that classic A split, the 3-2 split, Cat and Long. Kita's got a great position by himself on that long position. It's 45 seconds, they're going to go for it, and the smoke there from Sirison to get blocked off is going to force him back.
No movement from Big just yet. That's a huge headshot on Keto, taken out immediately. Really compromises Sisson's position. Holding, he's focusing on long. He's going to miss his shot, and he's going to have no more opportunities. But Tabson on the side, 30 seconds. Bomb's been dropped. I think the bomb's in CT spawn as well. That's a complete disaster. That might be a match-winning position, a round-winning position, sorry, for Big. 3 versus 2 now. With the bomb in... Oh, is it on the high ground? Can't really tell where it is. I think it's fallen into the short boost spot. But either way, FIPA's got 13 seconds to find 2 frags. He's halfway there. Tizian now just needs to hide. 9 seconds. Can't retrieve the bomb and get to the site. Surely. There it is on the short plant. The short boost, rather. Through the smoke. He's going to go for the spray! You got to see him. That was nervously close for Big.
Yeah. Long take off their default already a couple times. They're really expecting this. There's the win. They're looking for Keto. He'll get himself 2, and there's absolutely no response. And worse than that, the bomb is down outside of the doors. They have to try to go and get it, and they've only got 20 seconds. Their hand is forced. Do they save? Their money sucks. I feel like it's a very difficult call at this point, but they'll get a couple kills. But there's no time to get the bomb to the site. Despite those kills, there's no time to get... I don't think he can make it. Can he make this? He needs 3.5 seconds. He doesn't have time. Oh, that is brutal. That's so brutal. Oh god, that's really rough. But you know, for them, they get the damage, James. They got 4 kills.
Looking at the positioning of Keto last round behind those doors, that if you see T's throw a Molotov through the doors, even if it's just to show some presence, now you know why they do that. It's for that position. DETONA looking for an explosive play. Something is not all well with these smoke grenades, but they've got another one out, crossing towards the site now. This is where those Molotovs come in handy. Smoke and 2 flashes at this point, but they've got the short boost and they're looking for it. Turtle with the Mac 10 no less. Insult to injury. Rotation still coming through. We've got Luke Halsey coming up the short position. Just with the Deagle. They're looking for him. No, he's spot 2. Big information, but they're running out of plays to DETONA because Big are coming. Xantares is traded. That Mac 10 continues to do damage, but he swung out too wide. They knew 2 plays were on short.
Still though, there's a chance. Pretty solid one. They have the advantage here. The CTs have to close the distance, and there's an AWP in the way, but there is one in the hands of Searson as well, who get a great trade onto VSM, finding their head. Debuccio goes closer. Here goes Searson, and he'll go down. What an important round to get for DETONA. That's going to change everything here, James, because now the CTs have no money, and we all know how awful this map is to play on the CT side when you got no money.
How often do you see a Mac 10 on Dust 2?
Yeah, that's a good point as well.
Causing colossal damage. There were some errors there. You saw the swing
for a moment longer as he continues to harass with the AWP, but he won't see anything, and he'll back away. His teammates going for that contact B play. This could work out for them. Xantares tries to get through the doors, but he only gets 1.
Outstayed his welcome. Did wonder if he would fall back after the 1, but maybe he thought the situation was more desperate. Gambles were taken, and the round is done. There is a bug at the bottom of the HUD. If.
Indeed, and it's just going to be so cool, you know, the teams going into the... It's a slower default here to open things up for DETONA. Oh, don't want to challenge Feepa. He's going to love it. And he's going to pick up that kill. He's going to push forwards. He wants more here into the B-bomb site. He's so confident. He will go down, and his teammates couldn't really help him. They were not in position.
GSM doing what he can with his position. Keto's lost in the meantime, which means rotation. Tabson caught by surprise. This could be a sour end to things here for Big. Tizian remains. He's got a Krieg though. That's a big weapon, but against 4 players, it just won't be enough. Huge win for DETONA to start off here at the Pinnacle Open Finals. A massive scalp to take and a very good showing of themselves.
Yeah, that was great. My God. And just the way that round ended is it reminded me a little bit of how, you know, Fnatic's old style, where it's just like push everything, you know, win 1v1 and then kind of just create a situation where you snowball it after that, because the CTs are trying to adjust to that 1-5, but then there's a push over here, there's a push over there. Every single player on Big got caught off guard, and DETONA, they started this off with gimmicks, James. It looked like they could be... It looked like they were going to fail in terms of heads-up Counter-Strike, but they were able to deliver. We saw defaults on their T side, we saw some innovative stuff, we saw clutches. They had a bit of everything.
Yeah, we saw some cheese plays at the beginning, and I did wonder, I was concerned that this might be a stop, but that clearly was not the case. We saw a lot of clutch situations delivered by DETONA as well. You know, I did wonder about the pressure coming into this, playing against European opposition, probably for the first time and so on, but on Dust 2, they were all about it. Big came prepared, as you saw. Oh my God, I forgot that happened for a second. Yeah, Big came prepared. You saw the, I feel like demo punishes with that play over the smoke, but it wasn't enough. DETONA with the upset. Best of ones are rife for that.
Yeah.
And Dust 2 is a really good map for that as well.
Yeah, it's brutal, isn't it? This is probably one of the maps I would least want to play, especially a Brazilian team on. And, well, for Big, it will bite them in the backside. But I think the silver lining is, at least, you know, for Big, that if they're in any best-of-3 situation, they can have extreme confidence against the lesser experienced teams with weaker map pools.